Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 47-degree Saturday, the 23rd of November. It's been 2 months and 1 day since I've ridden my Himalayan. Bird sitting on top of that apple tree there. And everything's been wet. It rained all the way up till this morning, and then it's been nice the rest of the day, but it's just the humidity's really high and sun hasn't been out a whole bunch, but off and on we've had it. So figured take the old Himy for a ride since she ain't seen no love in a while. Making sure I was stepping in the right place, because you can reach down and touch that shift lever and set her off. Mama came out here. I was working on yesterday's video because I didn't build it till this morning, and she should be out there. And Kelly was out there doing that. I go, how'd you drag all that out? She goes, well, I was going to ask for your help, but you look busy. I said, woman, ask whenever. All right, let's roll. Man, it seems like it's been longer than 2 months since I was out on this thing. So I was, when I took off down the highway, I was thinking, yeah, this thing's going to feel really anemic and horrible, and she doesn't at all. Feels quite nice, actually. I wasn't expecting a Pan America. Well, I got some wind coming in my helmet. I wasn't expecting a Pan America kind of performance by no means, but I was expecting a lot less. But yeah, pleasantly surprised. I literally shot down the highway with a smile on my face, and it's sprinkling on me. No way. There's no chance of rain for 4 hours, and yeah, we got a road cloud floating over us here somewhere. Yep. One thing's for sure, it's coming from somewhere. I gotta do my lens wipe all the time. Kick my little tinted shield thing. I'll just leave it down. Hopefully that's not too bad. Oh man, the pine needles that gets all over everything. Getting these dark spots, and it's gonna be wet. Little moo cows out there. Oh, it feels good to get out. Do a home ride on something of your own. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Can see if you guys got any specs or not. Yeah. Can't believe this ended up happening. I figured for sure the rain would probably come before things dried out. I mean, I could have went a whole lot earlier, but everything was wet, and I'm just not into destroying my motorcycles. I want to ride, but I don't have to ride, you know. I know that freaks some people out. Oh, if you live in Washington, if you don't ride in the rain, you don't ride. Dude, I've been doing this for way too many years. I got the patience to wait for a ride. Oh, Kelly would have loved the horses sitting in the corner. Old ridge line. I remember hitting the black ice. Well, it was actually a frozen fog that was on there on my Softail Slim. Come whipping around there. I don't know how I got her stood up and went down that dirt road. Got her woed up before something bad happened, but I did. The thing about when it's rainy out, you know, compared to the summer, because this place is used to being wet, so the ground doesn't quite know how to deal with all that extended period. Look at the frost on the roof of that thing. Oh, that's just sun fade, I think. But it doesn't know how to deal with that. So everything turns to this silty dust. So there's just this haze in the air all the time. Look at that. All them leaves are gone. All the beauty of the squiggly road. But like I always say, the winter's got its own beauty. That's not so beautiful. Oh, I never came back in the fall. That row of those trees when they're just beautiful red. Yep, I done mucked up. Mucky, mucky, mucky. The bike still says it's 54. If I could relocate that sensor in a different place, and they did a better job by putting it, you know, back in the rear fender as opposed. And oddly enough, Kelly's was one of the early ones that was next to the airbox. You know, so it does a better job, but still, it's picking heat from the exhaust and engine and stuff. Just kind of flows back there and hits that fender. I'm sure they probably felt there'd be enough air flowing around that thing that it would show correct. But it does, even in the manual, it tells you that to get the correct temperature, let the bike sit and cool off, and then read the temperature. Well, I kind of want to see it when I'm going down the road. But things are what they are. There are people out there mowing their lawns. I guess I should just go out there and mow it anyway, huh? But it just makes such a mess out of your mower. And then you can't bag it because it's just gonna, you know, that wet grass is just gonna cling to everything, and it plugs up and that really makes a mess out of your deck. Cyclone. Sure see a lot of those going down the freeway. Oh man, all the fireplaces running. I don't see smoke coming from any of them, but I sure smell it. It smells fantastic. That old tractor's tire's gotten pretty dim over there, hasn't it? She's flat as a flitter. But it's really strong over here. Oh, there we are. There's a fireplace going right there in the shop. Heck yeah. How beautiful. I like the silo still sitting there. Slow through here to try to minimize how much junk I kick up. I know this gets a lot of leaves in the winter. Man, I forgot, you know, what a difference that cam and intake made on this thing. I went back, it was an old video where I was doing something with my iron. I don't know why every once in a while I get a bunch of my other channel's videos being suggested to me, which is weird. But anyway, they had just cut this, and there was nothing out there. It was just barren. It's crazy how quick those things can grow. I love that he stuffed a bunch of pine trees in there too. And anything that's, you know, more than a couple years old, all this was that thick forest through here. I can only imagine somebody, I don't see where that land would be useful for anything. It's on the side of a cliff. So I can only imagine they They were cashing out on the trees. Man, all them fireplaces. If you could only smell it. I don't run any kind of defogging compound, or I've got like a couple 3 pin locks for this thing. I think a couple of them are still in a brand new bag. I absolutely can't deal with looking through them. I can see the distortion in them and they freak me out. I need to see everything in very sharp detail. It's very important when you're on a motorcycle. I could imagine like if I lost my glasses or something. Although, you know, when I'm doing like low speed stuff like at work or whatever like that, I never wear my glasses riding in. But when I'm riding these backcountry roads where I gotta look out for deer and tractors pulling out of side roads and whatever can happen out here, I need to have very, very sharp, clear vision, or I feel vulnerable. It seems risky. So I wonder if with all the leaves falling out of the trees, if I can see over that cliff. Oh, they've been cutting some of them trees. Probably going through thinning them out. Oh yeah. I thought it was some kind of a Christmas tree thing at some point. Jeez, look how quick already them trees have popped up. I mean, it hasn't been that long ago at all that they logged that out there. So that's proof. Remember, we told you, we know people were stealing those trees out there because we watched them plant it across the road from us almost right away. And then the old dude that owns it was out there just throwing a fit. And he was out there before I was up one morning, and Kelly said he was freaking out about people stealing his trees. Can you imagine that? Somebody coming through and uprooting them trees? Imagine they're probably expensive, you know. I was hoping I could stand up and look over. Remember, that's a really nice shot from up there. Look at that tree, that little tree I used to walk up to and say one of these days I won't be able to see it because that was a good spot. Look how tall that tree is now. That thing's probably 20 feet tall. It's part of the old road before it got rearranged. It popped out over there. None of this part was over here. Yeah, that ever... It's getting the smell of that wood along with the fireplace smoke. That looks... It's going through there and just thinning them out. They might be cut because there's a lot of them that, you know, look like they've been attacked by something, so they're probably going through and cutting all those out. Ooh, what do we got up here? Couple of ravens. That looks cool. I don't remember my helmet being so loud riding this thing in the past. Buzz out here and look out over that edge at Mount Rainier. She's probably behind the clouds, but let's see if there's any deer out there. Let's see what we can see. Sad, it's been quite some time since somebody lived in that house. Yeah, I'm not going to see Mount Rainier. Did I say St. Helens? I meant Mount Rainier. If I said St. Helens, that's that way. I was talking about Rainier. My mind is thinking one thing and my mouth says something different. Paint sitting out there in the field. Get out here for a bit. That cold starts to sink in. It's funny, even the ferns change color, or maybe they were running, no, because they would have got the rest of them. It's funny how so many of the ferns have like gone out. It seems like the ferns are green year round, but there's a lot of them that are dead. Maybe they sprayed out here and they only got some of them. Who knows? Let's see what kind of dogs we have out here. Sasha and him been out there since it first stopped raining earlier today. That's where reindeer would be sitting. Kelly took them out and they're happily sitting out there. Usually they go, they know it's the weekend. They're going, I want to sit inside where it's warm. Somebody's got something burning up here. See, the house has got a stove going, but there seems like something where that old used to be an old house and a barn they knocked down. That was another thing. I think that same video where those trees were all gone, that old house and barn were sitting there. And, oh, the barn's still there. That's right. It's the house that's gone. Oh yeah, they got quite the fire going there. Just got some country folk out here watching their fire burn. Still got that piece of tree that's stuck in that on that power line going out there. So there's a house or two out the end of that road, and man, I wonder if a tree falls out here, how long it takes to get power, or if the power company even knows. Somebody has to call. But I've seen that road wash out. I wonder how they got around that years ago. There's a cow that's running down through there, if y'all can see that. And that's that road I go running out to head up the squatchy hill back there. If you're brave enough to walk out to the edge of this thing right here, that's where that cliff. When you're coming up that road and I look up, I always say I'm afraid something's gonna fall off while I'm driving through there. You remember I went out there to that salmon hatchery out there going towards Mayfield Lake, and or Lake Mayfield. I always forget which way it's said, one way or the other. But there's that where that avalanche had happened. It was there's a walkway right there, and so I was going to look down because the one that fell down and it wiped out, when I go down there, the boat ramp on the right is just covered. It's not even open anymore. And so I was up at the top and I was standing on that thing, and I felt the ground kind of sink underneath me. So I stepped back and I got a different position and looked down. Oh my God! I was standing on an overhang. That's the kind of stuff that gives me the fear of fright, fear of heights, like bad. I think about stuff like that, the ground giving way or something like that. Dude, I literally, there's no way. It would have been a miracle if I'd have survived something like that. That's the things that keep you up at night thinking about. it's weird. I think I've said this a bunch of times. When I'm on like a dual sport or, you know, something like the Himalayan, probably even the Pan America, I'm really not that bad with the GSAs. When we go on those rides, you look over them cliffs. It doesn't bother me that much. I don't know. I feel so sure-footed on them that I really don't. I don't have much fear of falling off or the bike crashing into me. So when I'm riding a big touring bike, you know, like my old Venture, my Street Glides and Road Kings and stuff like that, I lose my gourd. Oddly enough, the Road King is probably one of the ones that bothers me the most. It seemed more so on my 02 Road King. Maybe the shield is at a different angle, but there's a reflection on the inside of the shield. And maybe the first Road King, the shield was too high or something. I couldn't see over it or properly over it. But those reflections like distort my my equilibrium or something, and I just, ooh, man. That Utah trip in 2014, I had some horrifying moments in there. That one thing we went to, what was that called, Boulder Mountain or something like that, and that road was on a valley. I literally thought somebody was gonna have to walk me off of that thing. I was gonna stop several times. I was tripping. And once you get that fear of height thing that gets in you, man, you can't shag it. Man, what a strong feeling. And you have no control over it. It just like comes over you. Look at them rear brakes. I'll definitely get some squeak out of that thing. Give her a little burning in there. Equipment there hasn't moved in quite some time. That's a big old barn out there. You can see them rains they're heading this way. That must have been some of the beauty that left. It just kind of heads north. Hey, big old dog. Howdies. Yeah, big old galoot. Can't tell if that guy's going slow or... Yeah, he's going slower than heck. Ooh, there is rain right there. Yeah, just on the other side of that squall line there is definitely rain falling. Yeah, I can see it back there too. Yeah, we're definitely about to get some rain. As it goes north and it moves east. It comes and gets us. Yeah, buddy. That's some wetness coming. Well, anyway, thanks for coming along on this little impromptu Himalayan rip. I don't know, I just woke up this morning thinking about taking the Himalayan for a ride, and here we are. Love this motorcycle. She's a sweetheart. Alright, I'll get up to the house and Mom and I do a goodbye. Well, hello there, YouTube. So I come home, and because I see the rain coming, so I thought, well, I'll grab Kelly while it's still daylight out here, and we'll do a quick goodbye. So I go in the house, and Christy, nobody's there. Can't figure out what's going on. There's nobody. And I call out thinking, in their back bedroom or something. And I come walking out going, that's weird. And I didn't realize when I pulled in that Christy's car was gone. So I hear Leo freaking out, so I come out, and Chrissy's like screaming, come here, come here, come here. Kelly's in the back hatch back there. I'm thinking something happened to Kelly. They found Madison.
Found her.
She's been sitting over there, and the neighbor, literally our neighbor right there, been sitting in them trees, and they were doing something. They heard her crying, they thought, and they go to the store, and they come back and hear her crying again. She drug herself out of the trees. So we don't know what's wrong with her, but she's very much alive and well.
She is scarfing food right at the moment.
8 days with no food or water. That is one durable old mutt. She's over 14 years old.
Yeah.
And something's wrong with her because she screams when she tries to stand up.
Yeah, so we gotta figure.
So got a leg or a hip or something that's going on. But that's the craziest thing ever. No way for 8 days that dog's been sitting out there. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's good news.
Mm-hmm.
The old gal. Holy moly. Well, the dogs are freaking out. They are spazzing out. They're going like, where have you been?
Oh, yeah.
I keep them away from her, though. Sasha and Annie are, they're still trying to figure out what's going on. They smelt her and was freaking out. So anyway, so that's a good way to end the vlog. And on that, we're going to end the vlog.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same Smoak time, same Smoak channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Sunday or Monday.
It's good news, Mama.
I know.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks now. Bye-bye.
Bye.